this rig?
Yeah, this was a fun collaboration that AEV, we partnered with GMC to create. We started out with a regular cab long bed truck, which is not available in an AT4X truck. To love because of the suspension and all the great things that brings. So with the help of GMC, we were essentially able to create a regular cab long bed AT4X with all the suspension. And then we added a tray bed on it, kind of just for fun. But you know, it's one of our signature looks in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you tell us some highlights of the vehicle? Maybe walk us around.
Sure. Yeah, it's a combination really of factory components and AEV components. So I mentioned the suspension. This truck has no lift on it, with the exception of the AT4X components, which give that truck the lift. So this has AT4X steering knuckles, control arms, Multimatic DSSV dampers, all the good stuff that makes those trucks work so well. And the other big part of getting this 40 on there, especially with no lift, is right here.
Okay.
This is a prototype set of our Highmark fender flares. If you've been following us for a while, it's something that we started with the Ram trucks and have just carried it on. So this significantly opens up the wheel well to give you much more tire clearance.
Do you have to trim the bumper back a little too to make that fit?
No. This has it has a unique interface for this.
Okay.
The actual bumper doesn't get cut, but it does have a unique interface.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a pretty wild concept, and it's crazy to think that this thing's rolling on stock suspension.
That is, I didn't expect to hear you say that.
And this is our new 18-inch wheel, our Salta XD.
I love that you guys don't just like slap 20-inch rims on things.
This is a big adjustment for us. I mean, we were 17-inch for like years, but BFG, they came out with this awesome 40-inch tall HD terrain in a load range F. So this is like the perfect tire for things like the Prospector XL or 3/4 and 1-ton trucks. So, you know, we were really excited about that, and you know, it was time to go a little bit bigger. So that's really our first 18-inch wheel for an HD truck.
So you say load range F, that lets you keep the payload on these big 3/4 ton, 1-ton rigs. Awesome.
Right. And then moving up front, this again is a combination of factory components and AEV components. So the bumper itself is Sierra AT4X front bumper off of the AEV edition. That's, you know, our collaboration with GMC. But what we did then is added the brush guard. So this is a prototype brush guard that we made for the stock AT4X front bumper, added 4 of our driving lights on there, relocated the front camera down here on the lower tube, complete with washer and all. Added a come-up winch. And yeah, I mean, we really just took the front end pretty much as far as it could go, you know, working with that stock bumper.
And I saw on your display back there, you guys have got, I don't want to call it a winch tray, but you've got like a reinforced winch tray that's going behind all the stock bumper components.
Oh yeah, the bumper's crazy when you look at it in levels, you know, because there's each layer of stamped steel, you know, kind of stacked up on each other. And so, yeah, it's a cool bumper.
That's great.
But yeah, the last thing up front is really the snorkel. This will be a production part. So I think we don't even have to call it a prototype at this point. But yeah, that's a brand new product that we're going to be making for both the gas and diesel HD trucks.
Awesome.
And then finally, we can, obviously back here, this is a big topic of conversation, you know, the tray bed.
Yeah.
This is something that we've used on our show cars before. We've offered limited runs of Prospector XLs with them. So it seemed like a natural fit when we wanted to build this ultimate, you know, Sierra-based adventure rigs. So we start with the basically an 8-foot tray bed, and then adapted it to the GMC chassis. Did the wheel wells. We added a twin air compressor underneath.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you get an air chuck on each side.
Okay, so you've got just an easy point of inflation or power tools if you needed to do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is our fabricated rear bumper. This is completely different than like the standard HD bumper, way more utilitarian, but still nodular iron tow hooks, integrated lights, rear winch. This is the first tray bed we built with a rear winch.
I was going to ask about that. I didn't remember seeing those on the Prospect.
No, it's something we always talked about, but this was truly like the first time we ever, followed through with it. So we have a 12,500 pound winch up front, 9,500 pound winch in the back.
Okay.
One last thing about the tray bed. A lot of people, I think just because of the way it looks, they ask, is it a dump? Like, does it dump backwards?
Does it dump?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a stationary bed, but the tailgate and the sides will come completely off the bed. So you have a true flat tray bed.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Matt, for taking time to show us around.
You're welcome.
The Sierra Grande, and we're looking forward to seeing them out on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a fun product, and look for a lot of the aftermarket components that we used on this to be, coming out within the next year.
Awesome. Thank you.